Hi, I'm Caleb Tanner, and I want to talk about the mindset of an entrepreneur. So, first off, failure is a very real reality for someone that is an entrepreneur. 90% of businesses fail. And even if you are able to actually amass a profit and have a few years of actual success, you're still not likely to make it past 10 years, which is very, very significant. Like the fact that when an entrepreneur starts a business, they have to understand the fact that there's a good chance this business will fail and yet go out there and actually try to start the business anyway shows what kind of mindset an entrepreneur actually has to have. Like when you look at it, they have to understand that failure is a real possibility, but understand that what they want to do is something they want so badly and something they believe in so much that even with this very real risk, they're still going to go out there and they're still going to do the business. The reason I think that is the case is because failure is the key. Like think about Walt Disney, for instance, right? So Walt Disney goes to a bunch of different movie studios and tries to pitch his cartoons, and yet they all turn him away. Like he failed many times. Like most people would look at his record and say that he is a failure, and yet he didn't try. He didn't give up. He kept going and he kept finding new studios. Look at Evan Williams. Evan Williams and Noah Glass, they started a company called Odeo, which was a podcasting company. Like through that company, they make Jack Dorsey and Biz Stone. And then the four of them all failed when Apple launched iTunes, and Odeo was no longer a relevant company. And even though they had millions of dollars in startup money, they completely failed. They were an absolute failure, and yet they kept going. They found a new idea and they invented Twitter. And then you have Ray Kroc, who has multiple failed businesses. Like you have his entire career of starting businesses and completely failing, and yet he keeps trying and keeps finding new ideas. And then he met the McDonald's brothers and he starts franchising the business. It doesn't seem like these people view failure the same way that we do. Instead of failing and completely giving up on their idea, they kept going. They kept finding new ideas and they kept going out there because failure isn't something that existed for them. Even though they failed, they just kept going and kept finding new ideas. And that leads me to the next point, that this is the difference between an entrepreneur and someone who isn't. An entrepreneur does not view failure in the same way that most people do. They view failure as a stepping stone to the path to success. Multiple different failures provide multiple different learning experiences. And only after taking in that new information and adapting, keep going and keep pressing forward, can you reach the level of success that these men have. Once you understand that and once you have that mindset, you can become an entrepreneur. That's really the difference. Failure is the key to success, and the only way to succeed is by having the mindset of an entrepreneur on how to interpret failure. Thank you.